Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video, and this is a pay request for one of my dear friends, Efree. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, a full playthrough, review, re-review, random streams, topics, whatever the case may be, PayPal's the best way to do it. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. Now, in this case, Efree wanted me to do a versus on these two films, Men at Work versus Weekend at Bernie's. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, they came out near the same time. Weekend at Bernie's was 89, Men at Work was 1990, and they're both comedies where it involves a dead guy and parading a dead guy around, making people think the dead guy is alive in order to figure out what to do next, what's going on, and etc. And they're both buddy comedies. Weekend at Bernie's, you got, I always forget his name, Andrew McCarthy and Jonathan Silverman. Men at Work, you got Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. So when I look at both films, number one, I think they're both fun. They're entertaining comedies, a lot of good funny moments in them. Can't go wrong with either one. I will say right off the bat, I do lean more towards Weekend at Bernie's. I like Men at Work, I do lean more towards Weekend at Bernie's. Because while they both have good teams, they have solid chemistry, Charlie and Emilio make sense because they're brothers. Andrew and Jonathan, I think, worked very well together. And they both have memorable moments. Men at Work. There's the golf clap, which I love the golf clap. Which now, anytime I think of golf clap, I think of Men at Work. There's great lines of dialogue. There's certain sacred things you don't mess with. And one is another man's french fries. Keith David is excellent. He's one of my favorite parts of Men at Work. He's great in it. Again, the way Emilio and Charlie, they're garbage men, the way they play around with the garbage and the bowling ball and all this other stuff, the pranks they play on the other guys, the other garbage men. There's a lot of fun to be had. But if I compare the two, Weekend at Bernie's, I would say the opening is fine with Men at Work, but Weekend at Bernie's, that always stuck out with me with the soundtrack. I don't mind some of the music in Men at Work, but the soundtrack, I love the opening song, Some Light It Hot. And when they're going to work, I love the bit where the guy tries to mug him, and Andrew McCarthy's like, "Get that shit out of here, it's too hot." And he's like, "Okay." And he goes back to his stand, and stuff like that sticks out to me in a positive manner. So between the two, I like the way Weekend at Bernie's opens. It just much more apparent to me. It just comes to my mind more. And while the dead guy paraded Men at Work, there's some fun moments to it. It's much more of a central premise in Weekend at Bernie's, and it's such a weird, wild, crazy premise. And they do a lot more with that. The Men at Work is more of the mystery, what's going on, and becomes a bit of an action film in the third act. Weekend at Bernie's is much more of, they really go in this dark humor of what they do with this dead body. Which Bernie deserves it because you tried to kill them. So the shoelaces and hold the boat please. The boat where he gets dragged and the buoys hit him. Ah, Birdie. Which I know my friend Efree, he's right now saying, ah, Birdie. He hit the buoys of the boat. The buoys. That sound effect still rings in my ears. In a good way. Andrew McCarthy using the ways to make Bernie move his arms like a puppet. The way they're hiding the body in plain sight. Yes, it's not realistic. He would have shit his pants, the fluids, people would smell it. Yes, but it's a movie. You either go with the fantasy or you go with it or you don't. So I like that that's more of the focal premise, and that's just much more of a fun, wild, unique premise. While I like the premise of Men at Work, that one they did and delved more into a Weekend of Bernie's. The setting is fine in the city, but I like the Caribbean, not Caribbean, but that's more Weekend of Bernie's too. But the island flavor, and the parties, and the beach house, and the locale, and the ocean, it's just much more of a sunny, fun location. The like a lot more of the backgrounds, and it's just much more of a, how do I put it? Just a more interesting backdrop for the story. Seems like there's just more life to it. And the villain, which is the head environment, the guy with the tattoos waist, he's fine. I like the guy in Weekend at Bernie's more, where he keeps trying to kill Bernie and he thinks he did it, and each time he comes back, he gets more and more freaked out. His face, like when Bernie drops on him, he's like, "I'm going to kill you." Or when our two guys have the shoelaces tied to Bernie, and the guy, his face, "What's going on?" Or when he comes in and he sees Bernie kind of on the stairs, and I forget what he says, and it shoots the guy. He just had much more personality compared with the guy in Men at Work. Although I didn't mind like the two henchmen, and they did fine. I mean like the head, kind of your head antagonist in each one. And there's some funny lines in Men at Work. I'll probably say, for me, there's more funny lines in Weekend of Bernie's. God gets laid more dead than I do alive. Or, first he tried to kill me, now he's turned me into a drag queen. No one... No one is having a sex operation. Okay? Oh, yeah. I like the girl in Men at Work, but Catherine Mary Stewart I do like more. But I'm a sucker for Catherine Mary Stewart. She was in... I think she was in The Last Starfighter, Night of the Comet. I'm just more of a sucker for her as an actress. Again, the actress in Men at Work did fine, but I'm just more... I really like Catherine Mary Stewart, so it was nice to see her in Weekend of Bernie's, and I liked her a bit more as an actress. I mean, the actress in Men at Work is not bad at all. I just like Catherine Mary Stewart more. In Men at Work, I mean, there's a couple things they throw in there that's kind of a bit weird. I get it, like Chief David, his weird mindset of taking people's clothes off and have them naked at a carousel. It's still a bit weird. The pizza guy was a Dean Cameron, who I remember as Chainsaw in Summer School. It's cool that he's in it, but he doesn't really have a whole lot to do. So he's kind of just along for the ride. I just kind of wish he had more to do, because I like Dean Cameron. Also, one big part of it is that the buddies separate in Men at Work, where it comes to a point where it's two separate movies. It's Charlie Sheen with the girl, and they're either being chased around, or I'm crashing, and dealing with the two henchmen, and then they get put into the barrels. And then you have this movie with Emilio and Keith David, and dealing with the cops, and so your buddies are separated for a chunk of the movie. You don't feel that in Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, there's a bit where Jonathan Silverman and the girl go out for a little bit of fun on the beach. But for the most part, from beginning to end, it is the two together for at least 90% of the movie. And I like that. I like when you have a buddy movie, your two guys, when they have that great chemistry, to really be there simpatico for most of the journey. Whether it be the beginning, when they're going to work. And really enough, like, there's a connection, of course, in Men at Work. I felt more between them and Weekend at Bernie's. Whether just how kind of playful they are on the when they're on that roof and the tar is melting everywhere, to them helping to try to clean up Bernie. They find out he's got a wig on it, to them on the boat and their banter back and forth. Where are the braids? Both still have braids, Captain. To even at the end when they both have to knock these people down thinking they're killers. It just, I like that they were more together. They were more a team, and I like Men at Work, but I hated how they were Charlie and Amelia were separated for a chunk of time because I really liked seeing them together. I didn't. Keith David is good. Like, it's a good film. Like, Men at Work I do enjoy, but Weekend at Bernie's I like more for those reasons I'm saying. Again, I think there's more lines of dialogue I enjoy. The opening I thought was a bit more interesting to me. I like the locale of the beach sunny setting. The music I would say I like more, the soundtrack a bit more. The whole premise, they do a bit more with the whole dead body thing. Also, I don't know why, but the ending to Men at Work always seems something like abrupt. I don't know if this is true. It says on Wikipedia that there was another ending and the studio didn't like it and they reshot it. Now, granted, just because it's on Wikipedia doesn't mean it's true. But I don't know where that came from. If someone just made it up or if that's a fact. Or what the deal with that is. And it would make me wonder, well, then what was the original ending? Because, like, the way it ends with Men at Work is, there's some fun stuff and there's some action there. But, like, the guy sitting there on the bottom with, I don't know, his toxic waste on him or something? They're kind of staying up there laughing. And then you don't really know what happens to them later. Other than, I guess, the pizza dude's girlfriend dumps him to the guy on the radio. And to be honest, I didn't like that the last scene involved those guys tied up with a dog fucking around ready to piss on them. Like, I don't know. It kind of made me go, well, what's going on? I felt more with the ending of Weekend at Bernie's where the authorities are there and our characters are cleared. You get a sense of Jonathan and Catherine Mary Stewart going to be together. Nice little moment between Jonathan and Andrew. Then they have this fun moment of Bernie. And then you have that song from the. It didn't feel as abrupt. I'm like, okay, that's the way it ends. Ends on a fun gag. Something I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's just me, but something about the ending of Men at Work seemed a bit abrupt and felt like something was cut out or something. Maybe like if they said goodbye to Keith David, or I don't know, something. Because they also kept talking about how they wanted to not be garbage men and they wanted a surf shop. So maybe, was there an ending where they finally made their surf shop a reality? But, like, they bring it up, but then they never get back to that? So do they go back to being garbage men? I don't know. But yeah, both are fun films. Both are fun comedies. It makes me want to rewatch Weekend at Bernie's again. Honestly, it really does. And honestly, maybe watch Weekend at Bernie's too. I remember not liking it, but I don't remember much about it, honestly. So maybe I have to rewatch it. But I do want to do a double feature Weekend at Bernie's 1 and 2 sometime. Not anytime soon. Have requested yet to, but this was fun to think of these two and talk about these two because they're both entertaining movies. Both. We Did a Birdie should have like a bit special edition because the actors, they seem willing to talk about the film. Andrew McCarthy's talked about how he's proud of Weekend at Bernie's, and there's these conventions and they're together doing Q&As. Sadly, the director has passed away, Ted Kotcheff, who did First Blood, and yes, the guy who did Weekend at Bernie's did First Blood with Stallone. Men at Work, I know they got a Blu-ray, but it had like nothing on it. Weekend at Bernie's does have a Blu-ray and that has nothing on it. Like, they're both films that deserve features. Like, come on, Emilio. I mean, you directed the film, people like the film. You really have nothing to say about the movie? Really? Although he probably shit on it, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But, yeah. Both fun movies. But if I have to pick, for me, the winner is Weekend at Bernie's. At least to me. So, what say you about either of these films? Have you seen both films? What do you like about both films or either film? Which would you choose and why? All that jazz. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.